This is the Daitokuji Temple, and it is not crowded. This is one of many Zen temples here.
3 different gardens to it, so we should try to...
Kodatai is the name of a stone garden located along the eaves of the study. Koda is the Japanese name for the Huto River in China. Aum Stone Garden. Aum represents the inhalation and exhalation of breath, and this garden directly expresses the universal truth of individual pairs, heaven and earth, yin and yang, men and women, etc. The Tokiko Stone Garden, said to be Japan's smallest rock garden. On the right side of the garden, there is a flat sheet of rock, and the circular wave designs represent falling drops of water. A little room with the tatami mats, and we've got a couple early guns in there. And a nice little altar over here. The courtesy room, where the abbot and the monks in training would hold gatherings, such as not being selfish and work together in harmony, along with formal Buddhist tea ceremonies and incense ceremonies. This is named Ishidan, supported by one branch. The garden in front of the Ryojin Inn's Hojo is called Ishiden. This is a unique Zen Buddhist dry landscape garden with all extraneous objects removed, and expresses the ideal world of the Mount Penglai stone as described in the philosophy of the Taoist immortals. The giant rock and formation of rocks to the center right represents Mount Penglai. The rock cluster in the center represents the island of Cranes, and the moss-covered rock formations to the left represent Turtle Island, and the white river of sand covering the surface represents the vast ocean. Here's a temple that's being rebuilt, or at least re-roofed, and what they've done is they've put it inside here so they can work through the winter. It's a patron's room where patrons who provided financial support and other types of support for the temple, the abbot, and other members of the temple met with the abbot and socialized over tea. The nice pines and lots of moss, and that's a camellia, bigger than we have. And look at this nice little temple. Oh, it's got a thatched roof. Living area, a jokan, room of robes and bowls. It refers to 3 articles of clothing most dear to a Buddhist monk: 5, 7, and 9-fold robes and their iron bowls for eating. This is a room where they were stored, and it's a room for everyday living, where they stored things used for sleeping. They put them away during the daytime, pull them out at night, store them back in here in this closet. The room where they slept on the tatami mats. They could rest and sit here during the day and sleep here at night. This dry garden depicts Mount Sumeru, which is believed to lie at the center of the Buddhist universe. This garden is the oldest in this temple and is a famous example of a true Zen temple garden. The garden consists of 3 formations of sacred rocks, with the one protruding in the center representing Mount Sumeru, and the moss around it representing the vast ocean. Scripture says the universe is made up 9 mountains and 8 oceans, and the one in the center is called Mount Sumeru. And these were the sleeping quarters and storerooms. In another month or so, they should be beautiful in bloom. In the meantime, we can see through the branches. The whole side here behind this wall are different temples Most of them have their doors closed. This one is open. This one's not open, but it is a great big, huge temple. Big entrance gate with a thatched roof. These Buddhist deities up here at the end of this roof. Trouble a long time ago to get this pine tree to do that. And then they top it off. Close look at these cypress trees. A bunch of greenery there, then none there, and then a little bit on the top. It's a little tiny shrine with a donation to the deity, an orange or a tomato. And here's a great big slab of a burl off of some tree. Looks like redwood, but I don't think so. Wonderful. There's the water and the bamboo. And look at the beautiful flowering tree. Look at this beautiful garden. Looking from the other end. And this would have been sleeping quarters over here. Another water feature. Was the Garden of the Cross. The cross was dedicated to patron founder Otomo Sorin. Viewed from the walkway located at the southeastern corner of the garden, rocks symbolizing hills form an asymmetrical cross. Located in a straight line below the vertical part of the cross is buried a statue of the Virgin Mary. The buried hidden statue is a poignant reminder of the 200 years during which Christianity was banned. This is the Garden of Solitary Sitting. This was designed in the 1960s and is characterized by its vigorously raked sand giving the impression of rough seas. The stone placement is equally vigorous, featuring numerous pointed stones. Whereas flat stones convey a calm and solid feeling, tall pointed stones project a strong and active mood. The combination of the vigorously raked waves and the pointed stones infuses this garden with energy. The tiny bridge is set very close to the sand and appears to be far away. The background hedges angle to the right in order to soften the right corner, clearly define the garden space and create a sense of intimacy when viewed from the veranda. Finally got a close-up of a cemetery. People are cremated, so they're able to put these in real close together, but notice all the fresh flowers that people have brought out here for the spring. This is a tea house, and there were ladies in there with a couple of customers serving them their formal tea. Out here we've got running water and a little shrine, but they're covered this time of year. But they've got little aprons on these two statues over here. The gravel in here is a beige color, and then we've got the moss. And look at that camellia. And this, I'm sure, is a Japanese maple that's going to be blooming before long. And back here, this pine, these big long branches are being supported.